Listen up. Spare me.
You fly out to New York. How long are you out there for then?
I was there for a year.
A whole year.
Yeah.
You took you that long to save up all the money, or like what?
Dude, that's a story for another time.
Yeah.
It was a very big learning experience.
Yeah. Explain more. How so?
I don't know, man. It was so up and down, and like there was just like new challenges and surprises around every corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing something new in a new city, and it was life though. Like that's what I learned is like when you expect something to go a certain way, when you're 100% sure it's gonna happen a certain way, that's like the moment you can guarantee it's not gonna happen.
Right. Yeah. It's good thing you learned that lesson early.
Yeah, man. I mean, it sounds bad or negative or whatever, but like I think almost the key to success in anything is to not get comfortable, and to always seek, to improve and get better. And like I think once you start feeling comfortable or familiar, or the worst of those feelings, entitled, like you could lose everything like instantly. And I think that's kind of like an invaluable perspective to keep on things, is like like if you're making a vase out of like wet clay, and you're spinning the table and you're shaping it with your hands, like what happens when you take your hands away?
Right, the clay flies everywhere.
Exactly. And so if you just keep shaping it though, and you keep working and constantly try to get it into form, like after a while it might harden and dry and keep its form, but even then it's fragile and it can always crack or shatter in an instant.
I like that. It's kind of like a songwriter metaphor.
That's how I feel, dude. It's like 3 years of shaping this clay, and it's almost ready to hold its form.
Yeah, so that was just the first year then.
Yeah, so I came back to Minnesota in the summer of 2013 with nowhere near what I had hoped to save up.
Yeah, or not enough to work with Warren.
Not even half of what I would have needed to work with Warren.
But you guys stayed in touch, or like was that still the plan? Was ultimately still to go out there and work with him?
We'd kept in touch, but no, I thought he was out of the picture. I'd come home at that point just because I didn't want to wait any longer. I was starting to get impatient. It had been a full year. I hadn't even saved up half of what I needed to work with him. And so yeah, I was just gonna like look at local studios and see if I could afford any of their rates, which the options were very limited.
Right. But I have the advantage of hindsight, so that's not what happened though.
No, that's not what happened. I called Warren to deliver the somber news that I had not saved up enough money, and what actually ended up happening instead was he worked out a new budget with me.
Yeah.
He basically just said, you deserve this, let's make it happen. And at that point, I only needed to save up like $3,000, which is, I thought it was doable, and that's because of Indiegogo. That's when Indiegogo came into play.
Nice.